Monday, February the 1st edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Hard to believe already to the first day of February, but here we are. We wrapped up January yesterday with a very, very mild day. We'll start February with some mild weather today as well. But changes are knocking on our door. There's a peek at the Greensboro Tower camera. It's a mild morning considering the time of year. Temperature right now in Greensboro sitting at 49 degrees. And yesterday, what a gorgeous day. Just a fantastic day to spend a little bit of time outside. This is our Charlotte time lapse from yesterday. Now, as we got late into the afternoon, we had more in the way of some mid and high level clouds begin to build in. And that's the type of sky condition I think we see for much of the day today. So we'll call it a partly sunny sky with kind of a milky appearance to the sky, especially this afternoon. There's a look at your highs yesterday. Columbia, Fayetteville, Raleigh, Greenville, Jacksonville, Wilmington, all 70 or better yesterday afternoon. There's your Triad area, high temperatures mid and upper 60s, and similar highs across the Charlotte viewing area. And again, I think it's going to be a pretty similar temperature day today compared to yesterday. Hey, there's the photo of the day from Kannapolis. That's Zipper the squirrel. How about that? Dwayne sending that photo in to us. All right, these are 5 o'clock hour temperatures this morning, and a lot of these readings are pretty close to the average high temperatures for the first day of February. So definitely a mild morning. Not much happening on the radar in the Carolinas at the moment, but you go west of us, you have this band of some rain in Tennessee and Kentucky. Light rain extending along the same front into the northeastern part of the country. Then a big-time piece of energy rounding the corner there through California and Arizona. That's going to turn into a major winter storm that'll produce big snows and severe weather over the next couple of days. More on that in just a second. As far as we are concerned today, a mild day just ahead of this front, and then late in the afternoon and into tonight, some shower chances creep in as that front drops into the region. There's your high-resolution modeling. A lot of the day dry, but then late afternoon and into the evening, especially north of I-40. That's where we'll have the chance of some showers out there. Still mild. Look at your highs this afternoon. All right, tomorrow, a different scenario. Bit of a cold air damming scenario in place, so we will have this northeasterly type of flow in place here behind this frontal boundary. So it will be a much cooler day. Clouds, some drizzle or light rain a possibility. Severe weather a concern back in the warm sector of this storm system. There's your highs across the region tomorrow. Big spread, 75 in Columbia, but 50s in Charlotte, maybe struggling to reach 50 in Greensboro tomorrow. And then we get on out into Wednesday, and that's when we see our round of showers and thunderstorms associated with that front. Now, again, this storm system is a dynamic wintertime system, and watch this. It's going to produce anything from a big winter storm through the plains into the upper Midwest to a round of showers and thunderstorms through the Mississippi Valley and into the southeastern part of the country. Look at that footprint of snow the system lays down here. Some pretty significant snows there throughout parts of the plains in the Midwest region. And again, severe weather concern in the warm sector. There's your severe weather outlook tomorrow. That is an enhanced risk from Kentucky down to Mississippi. The main dynamics pull well to the north of us, so the trailing cold front much weaker by the time he gets here Wednesday, but still maybe a decent storm or two, and I don't think the severe weather threat is overly significant. So we'll take a look at the probabilities here for day 2 off the Storm Prediction Center side. Those are 30% severe weather probabilities in that enhanced risk area. And again, the threat lessens a good bit by the time that system makes it into the Carolinas. So here's what's happening aloft. This is the European 500 millibar chart, potent 500 millibar piece of energy, 500 millibar low there, swinging through the plain states. Snow near to the northwest of that 500 millibar low, severe weather out ahead of it. So now you go, notice by the time we get out to Thursday, just kind of a broad, sort of positively tilted trough. That means the front kind of eases its progress as it moves on through the region. Now the European wants to still leave this piece of energy back behind this weekend. Now at the same time, let me show you the 0Z run of the GFS. And it's a little bit similar, but more connected. And so on the GFS, you wind up getting that piece of energy to kind of pivot through by Sunday night and Monday into the region. The result is a big coastal low on the 0Z run of the GFS. So again, I'll show you that here in just a second. All right, so let me kind of step you through the European model, how it handles this storm system. Let me go back to this chart right here. All right, this is valid tomorrow at early afternoon. So there's your low pressure over the plains. This is your heavy snow on the northwest side of that low. Thunderstorms beginning to break out there in the warm sector. You go 12 hours later, and this is early Wednesday morning. There's your showers and thunderstorms with the front working eastward. 12 hours later, that's how things look. Low pressure way up into Canada. So that's what I mean. Those main dynamics pulling well off to the north. Now you look down the road, and this is at the very tail end of the European model run. Look at this really sharp trough. The models are in decent agreement in a big trough next week, but the European kind of wants to amplify this in a way that you get a big frontal wave develop that really bombs out and becomes a major, major low pressure with bitterly cold air flooding in on the back side. That'd be a big snowstorm west of the mountains, and then on the backside into the mountains, and then a brutal shot of cold air following that. Now, before we go any further with that, let me show you how the GFS handles things down the road. This is this weekend on the GFS. That's valid Sunday evening. And I mentioned that big coastal low that it wants to develop. There it is. You go a little bit later. This is Monday morning. Look at that. That's a powerhouse low. Canadian model, a less extreme version of that. So in the upper levels, the features handled fairly similarly overall, at least more similarly between the GFS and the Canadian than compared to the European model. So you get a little coastal low Sunday morning that causes some rain with a little bit of wintry precip trying to fall on the northwest fringe of that, but certainly nothing like the big-time low that the 0Z GFS formed. I wouldn't have a lot of confidence in that individual solution, but this is one of those deals, again, the cold front, let me see if I can go back and grab this chart here. This trough doesn't want to come through in one big piece, and you have some pieces of energy left behind, and that's going to be a little bit difficult to resolve exactly how things unfold for the weekend. So still some uncertainty there this weekend into early next week. And then let me show you the GFS model at the 240-hour time frame. And again, there's a big shot of cold air. So we're going to have to see if we get some storm system to pop early in the week. There's a lot of uncertainty with exactly how this trough will dive on in, but boy, there's really no uncertainty in the big shot of cold air that comes behind it that buckles in here by midweek next week. One final model to show you, and again, I like showing you the Canadian ensemble mean. It has done a really nice job overall this winter. These are the deviation from normal for the 850 millibar temperatures, in other words, the 5,000 foot temperatures. This is valid Wednesday of next week. There's your big shot of cold air I was mentioning. And you go further out in time on that Canadian ensemble mean. This is all the way out at the Sunday evening, Valentine's Day time period, and that's still a lot of cold air across a lot of the lower 48. So, yes, mild temperatures this past weekend into today. We make that transition back to more at least typical temperatures late week into next weekend. And boy, there's just a lot of uncertainty with a lot of moving pieces with how things unfold with potential storm systems as you get into early next week, and then we get that big shot of cold air buckling in here. So there's a lot to resolve. It's going to be kind of a changeable forecast there in the day, say 6 to 14 time period, a lot of details to iron out. All right, that's it for today. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.